So let's talk about D2, the Mighty Ducks. Is it really that bad as they say it is, like its predecessor? Or can I knock some sense into their heads? Or your heads, or whatever. Watch this review and find out. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to you as the Big D. So I'm going to be bringing to you all another review of the Mighty Ducks series. And this time it's D2, The Mighty Ducks from 1994. Now, if you've not seen my review of the first film, click on the card that's coming up right now. Okay. And I'll wait a few seconds so I get started. Okay, now I will talk. Anyway, once again released by Disney, the film was directed by Sam Weisman, but had John Avnet and Jordan Kerner back as producers and Stephen Brill as the writer. Now, Emilio Estevez returns in the role of Goran Bombay. Now, only a few of the kids from the first movie have returned. Joshua Jackson as Charlie, Eldon Hintz as Fulton, Sean Weiss as Goldberg, Brandon Ames as Jesse, Matt Doherty as Averman, Vincent LaRusso as Adam Banks, and, well, I forgot about these two characters from the first one. I apologize. We have Garrett Ratliff Henson, who I believe is related to Eldon. He played Guy Germain, a character I forgot to bring up in the first one, and the other being Marguerite Moreau as Connie Moreau. Anyway, and this time around, the Ducks are about to get back together again, and this time get a few new members to their team and become Team USA. So, now if you're ready, let's get into our story. Former Pee Wee hockey Sand Island coach Goran Bombay is a star in the minor leagues, expected to reach the NHL. However, a career-ending knee injury brings him back to Minneapolis, where he works in the shop now run by Jan, younger brother of Bombay's mentor, Hans. Don Tibbles, a hockey apparel executive, visits Bombay and offers him a chance to coach a team representing the U.S. in the Junior Goodwill Games in L.A., having heard of Bombay's work with the Ducks. From Jan. Bombay accepts, and he manages to reunite most of his former Ducks players, including loyal team captain Charlie Conway, who we get to see first. Then he brings back Streetwise Jesse Hall, jokester Les Averman, lovers Connie Moreau, and I keep calling Guy, it's Guy Germain, sorry, my bad. Comical goalie Greg Goldberg, and all-star player Adam Banks. While the reunited Ducks are rollerblading in the parks, three Hawks, still sore about their loss from the previous year, attempt to humiliate them. However, their plans are foiled by the Ducks' enforcer, Fulton Reed, who also rejoins the group. To truly be a continental Team USA, Tibbles recruits 5 new players from across the U.S. with special talents to join the team. Luis Mendoza from Miami, a speedster who has trouble stopping. Dwayne Robertson from Austin, an expert puck-handling cowboy. Julie the Cat Gaffney from Bangor, a skilled goalie. Ken Wu from San Francisco, a young Olympic figure skater turned hockey player. And Dean Portman from Chicago, a rebellious enforcer. While there is initially some friction between the original Ducks and the newcomers, under Bombay's coaching and tutelage from team tutor Michelle McKay, They soon learn to work as a team and set out for LA. Soon, Bombay becomes distracted by the lure of celebrity and begins to neglect the team for a luxurious lifestyle. The team wins easy victories over Trinidad and Tobago and Italy in the double elimination tournament. Fulton and Dean gain recognition for their enforcer skills and are dubbed the Bash Brothers. Backup goaltender Julie asks Bombay for a chance to play, but is told to wait as their main goalie, Goldberg, is on a hot streak. The team suffers an embarrassing 12-1 defeat against Iceland, coached by ex-NHL player Wolf the Dentist Stenson. USA plays poorly. Dean and Julie are ejected from the game, and Banks is slashed in the wrist after scoring the team's lone goal. Frustrated and realizing one more loss will mean elimination and the end of everything, Bombay drives his players even harder, even forcing them to practice well into the night, but they begin to suffer from complete exhaustion. Realizing the children are too tired to complete their schoolwork or even stay awake in class, McKay intervenes, canceling practice and confronting Bombay over his thoughtlessness and putting his ego ahead of the well-being of his team. Once better rested, the team is confronted by a street hockey team led by frequent game attendee Russ Tyler, who is played by Kenan Thompson, of course, who was already I believe already a big star at the time because of his appearance on Nickelodeon's All That and also its spin-off Kenan and Kel. And along with his brother, he challenged them to a game of schoolyard puck and teach them to play like the real Team USA. And Russ impresses the team with a signature shot known as the knuckle puck, which rotates end over end rather than spinning around its center line. Bombay continues to suffer from the pressure until Jan, who had watched the Iceland game, flies into LA and visits. Jan gently chides Bombay for his egotistical appearance on TV and reminds him of his love for the game, which has made him such a great coach for the Ducks, leaving Bombay to spend the evening playing rollerblade hockey by the beach to reflect on everything. In the match against Germany, Bombay fails to arrive on time, forcing Charlie to tell the referee that Michelle McKay is the team's assistant coach to avoid forfeiting. The team struggles, entering the third period tied until Bombay finally arrives and apologizes to Michelle and the team for his selfish behavior, promising he's back to his old self. Inspired by the return of their true coach, the players go on to win the game with their signature Flying V and advance to the next round. Practices become more focused on studying their opponent's skills, refining their own skills, and having fun at the same time. The renewed Bombay finally realizes Adam's wrist injury and benches him despite his complaints. To fill the open roster spot, Charlie recruits Russ, whose knuckle puck secures USA's victory over Russia, advancing them to the final championship game for a rematch against Iceland, who lost against them and is tied with the USA. In their final team practice, Bombay and the team dress casual and have some fun on the ice until Wolf and the Iceland team show up unannounced and unwelcome. After some crosswords between Wolf and Bombay, the two coaches engage in a round of three-bar. Bombay gains the upper hand, but Wolf slashes Bombay in his injured knee, sending him crippling to the ice in pain. The Ducks are enraged, but Bombay says they'll get him back in the final game. And now to the ending and the final act. You know the procedure. 5 seconds to stop. Go to the description box below and fast forward to the time below to avoid the ending spoilers. If you've seen the movie, continue on after the 5 seconds. Okay, that about covers it. Here we go. Okay, you've been warned. On the day of the final game, M returns, his injury healed, only to find Team USA with a full roster. Knowing the team needs Russ's knuckle puck and M's skill against Iceland, Charlie voluntarily gives up his own spot, cementing his leadership as true team captain and helps Bombay coach instead. In the final game, the physically imposing Iceland initially dominates as the Ducks incur penalties. Ken scores a goal, then picks a fight with an opposing player. The Bash Brothers fight the entire Iceland bench, and Dwayne lassos an opposing player before he can check Connie. An annoyed Bombay observes, "This isn't a hockey game, it's a circus." As the second period comes to a close, Iceland leads 4-1. After a rousing locker room speech from Bombay and new Duck jerseys from Jan, the team emerges rejuvenated. The Ducks tie the game 5-5 with goals from Connie, Banks with assistance by Dwayne, Luis, and finally Russ, who was targeted by Iceland but disguised himself as Goldberg to pull off a successful knuckle puck. The game is forced to go to a 5-shot shootout. Jesse Guy Fulton with his signature slap shot, and Banks successfully score, while 3 of the first 4 Iceland players score. With a 4-3 score in favor of the Ducks, Gunnar Stahl, the tournament's leading scorer, is Team Iceland's final shooter. Bombay replaces Goldberg with Julie, who has a faster glove. Gunnar fires a hard slap shot, and Julie falls to the ice. The entire stadium waits in breathless anticipation as she opens her glove and drops the puck, revealing the game-winning save and the Ducks' triumph over Iceland to win the tournament. Despite Wolf's disappointment, he congratulates Bombay, and Gunnar does the same to Charlie, saying, "Good work, Captain Duck." M is handed the American flag by officials, but gives it to Charlie instead, who runs around the rink as his teammates skate behind him in triumph over their win. The team returns to Minnesota, and to celebrate their victory, they roast marshmallows and sing Queen's "We Are the Champions" around the campfire. End of story. So, what did I think of D2 The Mighty Ducks? Well, though I've only seen it a few times less than its predecessor, and I got to see this one much, but after just watching it recently on Disney Plus, I'm gonna say it's a factual mixed bag and what have you. It's not quite close to as good as the first one, but it does its extreme best, though. Now, although it is a shame we don't have Hans back, we have John Ribez as Jan, and most of the original team's back. And I mean, we have the new players. They're not too bad. They're pretty cool and what have you. Now, we actually do get special cameo appearances as well, including Chrissy Yamaguchi and even Wayne Gretzky. And Bob Miller, who actually did do the announcing in the first Mighty Ducks movie, but we actually do get to see him in real life in a special cameo. Yeah. So anyway, it's still kind of a mixed bag, but I do like some of the new characters. They're not too bad. I know it's a shame they let some of the kids go for certain reasons, but even so, I think that D2 isn't too bad of a sequel. Now, the poster for the movie is, well, one of it's kind of a little silly and all that jazz. I'm pretty sure you know what it is, but anyway, with a pretty reasonable story. It's not that great. It's not the greatest though. It's okay, good and what have you in ways. But anyway, I think it's pretty good. Despite getting dissed even more than its predecessor, the film went on to make $45 million. However, it did do better on video though. It would soon get released on DVD in 2002, and 15 years later, Blu-ray would follow. Anyway, I will say that D2 isn't too bad and what have you. I mean, it could use a little more spin polish, but even so, I think it's a pretty reasonable sequel. Not decent though, but reasonable. So would I recommend D2 The Mighty Ducks? Well, I'd say give it one try. And if you're not satisfied, I can't say I didn't try. But if you're a completionist, go for it. So, what are your thoughts on D2 The Mighty Ducks? Please tell me in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button below, subscribe to my channel as well, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you a review of D3, The Mighty Ducks. Thank you for watching, and if you like this, you may want to check out some of these recent reviews I have done. The upper left-hand corner is my review of another great Disney sports-type flick, and that being... the game plan, or if you, which deals with football, not hockey, but here's another sports comedy from Disney, and this is a very underrated film. My review of Gus from 1976 in the upper right hand corner, or if you want to take a break from sports, go to the bottom left hand corner for my review of The Green Hornet with Seth Rogen from 2011. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. I made a slight error on one of my recent videos. I said I had 230. I made a mistake. It's 330 subscribers. Thank you for supporting my channel. Keep it up. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.